Good to see you.
I should warn you.
No, don't warn me. Just let
I'm gonna
help
warn
me
you.
now. Help me feel. What was that? Don't move. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Kurt Cranston.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought I should warn you. This is Kurt Cranston. This is Cruz Castillo.
Yeah, I guessed as much.
Oh, you must be the gentleman who. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, listen, it was nice to meet you, and thanks for lugging her suitcase all the way in here, man. Aloha.
Well, thank you.
I didn't mean aloha. Hello. I meant aloha goodbye. Yeah. Catch you later.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I
you know.
know it was. You know, I'm probably gonna feel guilty about it for minutes. And where were we?
So he likes cars, does he?
Well, here you are. I've been looking all over for you.
I was playing.
Well, how would you like to go to the beach and have a picnic? I packed your bathing suit. I have your beach ball.
I don't want to.
Wait a minute, sweetheart. Come here. Now, what is this all about, huh? You still angry with me about last night? Because what I said about Cece? Sweetheart, sometimes you say things you wish you hadn't when you're angry. I didn't mean any of those things. I certainly didn't mean to hurt you. Never want to hurt you. Augusta planned it that way.
Why?
Well, because, honey, you're gonna have to take my word for this. She's not a nice person. She forces you to fight back and say things you know you'll regret, and I was just standing up for myself, that's all. Now you can understand that, can't you?
No, I can't.
Poor Kurt. You were very rude to him.
Oh, was I?
A bit anxious. In Hawaii, he was very much of a help.
Oh, I'll bet he was.
Don't you want to hear all about the merger plans and all the people I met?
No, you just try to
Pictures
talk
of their
about.
kids.
Try to talk about that.
And-
Just try to talk about the pictures of their kids. So where'd you get that cute little mouth anyway?
I don't know.
You don't seem like you were gone a month.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Well, maybe I should go away more often and make you appreciate me more.
Is the lady unsatisfied?
No.
What's wrong, baby?
You know, I was going to go see Daddy before I came here.
Well, I'm glad you came here.
You saw him yesterday. How is he doing?
He seemed the same.
Not any better?
Just the same. His color was all right, and he was breathing peacefully. I really couldn't see any change at all, but I'm not a doctor.
What did the nurse say?
She said he was all right. I gave him your message. If he understood it, I'm sure it made him happy.
I want to go home. I want to go see him. Okay.
Okay. We can get dressed and I'll take you over there.
Thank you. Thanks for everything.
Aren't you a little old to be playing with toy cars?
This is not a toy. It is a miniature. A very, very sophisticated miniature car.
Oh, isn't that nice? You can drive it around your bathtub.
Very funny.
Isn't that how, what's his name? Henry Ford. Isn't that how he got started? But of course, years earlier than you have begun.
Did you come here for any particular reason or just to heckle?
No. I came to tell you that I just talked to the hospital a little while ago.
Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. Oh, good. Thanks. What happened?
Well, it seems that somebody's pulled some strings to make sure that there's a kidney available for Brick from a donor bank, but I understand he won't need it.
Oh, good. Who was the anonymous person?
I don't know.
Well, that's good. I just wish I weren't so worried about Lakin still.
Look, I'm sure she's safe. Mm-hmm. You and Augusta have raised her to be a very self-reliant girl.
Yeah. Even self-reliant girls get into trouble sometimes. If I could just hear her voice, you know? Oh. Hello.
Hello, the door was open, so I walked right in.
So you did?
Oh, dear. I've left the windows open upstairs. Are there any more of you?
Well, I have noticed that you people tend to walk in and out of our house, so I thought it was some kind of local custom around here. Where's Augusta? I want to talk to her.
Sorry, Augusta isn't on exhibit today, but she'll be back tomorrow or something.
I'm not joking, Lionel. I have to talk to her.
It seems to me you said quite enough last night. Or did you leave some stone unflung?
I didn't get an answer from her. I was too upset to wait around for it.
Really?
But I do know what she's up to.
Do you? And you know more than I do. I never know what she's up to.
She's purposely trying to turn my son against me, and I won't allow it. I'm going to put an end to it right now before it goes too far.
Before it starts working, you mean?
Be careful, Lionel. I can take away your visiting rights to Brandon quite easily.
That's true. The hand that rocks the cradle rules the roost?
That's right.
Well, all right. If you really want to talk to Augusta, she's down at the Orient Express. You can confront her there, shades of Anna Karenina.
Good. That's where I'll go then. Thank you for your time.
Same to you.
Goodbye, Julia.
Oh, goodbye. Walk right in any old time.
You believe the nerve of that woman? But worse, do you believe what she's accusing Augusta of? I mean, Augusta's capable of a lot of things, but never that. What? Wait, what are you looking at?
Nothing.
Okay.
No.
Hey, come on.
What?
What are you thinking right now?
You like my new blush on? Isn't it nice?
Don't fence with me, Julia. I'm the last of the Musketeers. What are you thinking right... Wait a minute.
What?
Are you thinking that's true, what you said?
What's true?
Come on, tell me. It's true, isn't it? Oh, no.
Well, I hate to be the one to break this to you, but I heard Augusta just mention that she's planning to poison Brandon's mind against Gina.
I don't believe it. Oh, come on. Gina's not the only one who's gonna have a talk with Augusta. This has got to stop.
You know, I've been scaring myself a lot lately. Getting so involved in my work that I'm almost obsessive about it.
That's how tycoons get to be tycoons, baby.
Yeah. There's definitely something seductive about it. It sort of pulls you in. It's been especially intense for me since Daddy had a stroke.
Are you worried about it?
Yes? I don't want to feel like I don't have a private life.
You know what I think?
What?
Well, this may not make any sense to you, but I think that the harder you work, the better chance your father has of living. As if his life were somehow connected to the business. And the better one of them does, the better the other's gonna do.
Well, I do want to make it really wonderful for him when he comes back.
I bet. See, one time, a long time ago, when my mama was real sick, we thought we might lose her, you know? And I started studying like crazy. I mean, I hit the books like a demon. I wanted to prove to her that I could get those straight A's that she always said I could get, you know? And if she did die, I wanted to make sure she didn't die disappointed in me.
That sounds like you.
Oh, I passed. I'll tell you, when she recovered, I started dogging it again.
Oh, I don't believe that. Your mother always told me what good grades you get.
Really, how tacky. Would she take out my report cards and start parading them around? Anyway, that's my theory.
Look, you know this obsession? Will you protect me from it?
You mean protect you from yourself?
I just want you to be there for me. And when I start to do something stupid, will you straighten me out?
Anytime, day or night. We call this the famous We Never Close floating clinic of Cruz Castillo. Constant counseling on the water. Deep ecology. Where those who flounder come to wave their worries goodbye.
It is an absolute good thing that you don't earn your living making puns.
Well, come on, I thought those were pretty good, you know? Don't I get some points for quick?
No, you don't get any points. Quick?
And what, pray tell, is this?
That is the Aloha that Kirk bought me at the airport.
Oh. I gotta tell you something, you know, I hated it. A lot. When I called you in Hawaii and a strange man's voice answered the phone and told me you were in the shower, it got on my back, you know? I was very close to taking a plane over there and making an issue of it.
I know. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you trusted me enough to not come. Kirk was there. He was helpful. He did his job. I mean, I'm not even sure I'm going to hire him yet.
I know, I was being stupid.
Here. Aloha.
Which aloha is this? Is this goodbye or hello?
This is the aloha that says I love you. A lot.
Gina, you really are a glutton for punishment. I would think you'd want to stay as far away from me as possible.
No, in fact, I went to a lot of trouble just to find you. Would you like to sit down?
Oops, you're smiling. Not a good sign.
Yes, I'm smiling because it suddenly dawned on me. You see, on the way over here, I wanted to tear you apart. Yes, but now I decided that it's really not necessary at all, is it?
I suppose you want to rehash last night.
Oh, no, that would be pointless. Augusta, I know what you're up to. You're a very obvious woman, and so predictable.
I'm still waiting to find out why you bothered tracking me down.
I want to tell you what I'm going to do about all this.
What, Gina, what? About what?
About the way you've been treating me. About the things you've been saying about me in front of my son.
Darling, there's nothing you can do about that. You should say that over and over again to yourself until you have it memorized. See, if I don't tell Brandon what kind of a woman you are, somebody will. The whole town knows, probably the whole world. So you see, your hands are tied. Now all we have to do is work on your mouth.
I know why you're doing this, and I know it's not directed at me at all, now is it? You want to keep Brandon away from Lionel, don't you? I can play a game too, Augusta. And from now on, I'm going to make sure Lionel and Brandon spend as much time together as they possibly can. Grandfather and grandson. How would you like that, huh?
You do that, and I'll make Brandon hate you with every fiber of his little being.
Maybe you can make my son hate me. I don't know. But at the same time, he'll be learning to love Lionel. Is that what you want, Augusta? Is it? No, I don't think so.
Hi, Aiden.
How is he?
Well, I think at this point you should probably speak with the doctors.
What are they going to tell me?
They'll tell you that his life signs are simply declining.
Oh, Cruz.
Take it easy, darling, take it easy.
Just the machines that are keeping him alive. Could you excuse us for a moment? I'll let you know when we're done. can't stand to see him so dependent on those things. Living every day, sleeping year after year.
I know.
I feel like he's slipping away from me. Everything I'm doing is so futile. I mean, the merger plans and all of that, he's trying to fight for his life, and he has no worry about business or...
As long as he's alive, there is hope for him, darling.
It's not what the doctors say. It's not what the nurse just said right now. This was what he was most afraid of. To be kept alive involuntarily without really being alive at all. Some horrible imitation of life.
Listen, you want to get out of here for a little while? You want to take a walk or something?
No, I don't want to take a walk. He made me promise him not to let him live in any pain, and that's exactly what's happening.
Darling, you have no way of knowing he's in pain.
If he has any consciousness at all, he would have to be. If not, then he's simply being kept alive by machines. He didn't want to be a burden to any of us. I couldn't do it.
No, Eden, you couldn't.
I tried so hard to do all of his wishes, to do all of his scheduling, the merger, and keeping Mason out of the business, fighting every single one of his battles for him. And now this, I couldn't, I can't kill him. He doesn't want to be on these machines. If I take him off these machines, he made me promise.
Listen to me. What you're considering is illegal, and a lot of people would call it immoral as well. I don't want you to think about it anymore, you hear me?
I think about it all the time.
There is always hope for a miracle. It doesn't even have to be a miracle. It could just be something that would happen in the normal course of his days. He might just come out of it on his own. That's something we have to pray for. And pray hard.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm sorry to stop by without calling.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Eden, I've been keeping something from you and I can't anymore.
Okay.
Well, you see, when I first came out here, I didn't know if I was going to like it. I mean, like working for Capwell Industries.
Working for me.
Well, yes. But I do. And I respect you. And I've got something to tell you, and I've decided I better tell you myself before you find out about it some other way.
What's it?
Well, I wasn't totally truthful with you about my name.
What's Cranston, a stage name?
Please. No, but my full name should be Kirk Cranston Lee.
Great. Any relation to General Robert E?
No, but I am related to Jack Stanfield Lee, and I believe that he is a distant relative of the general's.
You're related to Jack? In what way?
By birth. I'm his son.
You're Jack's son and you didn't tell me? I don't believe it.
Meet me in the gas. What is that word? Sophia, can you read this to me, please?
Sure I will. Brandon, meet me in the gazebo, your friend Lionel.
Oh, gazebo, that's what it is.
Where did you get that?
It was on a car over there, just driving around.
Lionel certainly is ingenious, isn't he? I tell you what, why don't you go upstairs, take the car with you, and wait there and play in your room, and I'll go see what this is all about.
Okay.
Okay.
Find out when I'm supposed to meet him.
Oh, yeah, I will. I will.
Well, it's nice to see you going out for a change instead of coming in.
I'm not really in the mood to deal with you, Gina.
Used to be able to do something like this. Good, Lionel, good, really good. Wait a minute, get this. Oh, hello. I thought it'd be Brandon.
No, I came in place of Brandon.
You got my note? Oh, well, I'm glad you found it instead of it getting into the wrong hands.
Yes, I certainly am, too. I wouldn't want it to go in the wrong hands. The only reason I got it is because Brandon brought it over to me and he couldn't read it. Lionel, I don't know what's happening with you. I think you're turning into an overgrown child yourself, sending notes in little cars and juggling.
I don't know what's come over me.
Well, I think it's a child now. You have a pal to play with.
Yeah, he's more than a pal.
Lionel, I think this is a very foolish game you're playing. Augusta's ready to kill you. Cece would kill you if he could, and I don't think Gina approves of what's going on.
Oh, I don't think you're right about Gina. I think Gina maybe needs an ally now. At least in this situation, that may be the way she sees me. Whereas everybody else seems to be... They seem to want something from Brandon, don't they?
You can't deny that. Everyone seems to have a stake in that little boy's life.
Uh-huh. That makes it pretty tough on him, don't you think? What about you, Sophia? What's your stake? What do you want from Brandon?
Still does not explain to me why you didn't tell me who you were. You had plenty of opportunities. I don't like deliberate deceptions,
Okay,
Kurt.
okay, I understand. I just wanted to get this job at Capwell Enterprises based on my own merits without having to use my dad's connections. Can you understand that? But I'm realizing that maybe those are my only hope. You know, the fact is you haven't been too anxious to hire me based on my own abilities.
Look, I was very impressed with the way you conducted yourself. I just don't know you. I don't know if you are properly qualified to do the job that needs to be done, that's all.
Well, I am, though. I am qualified to handle anything you throw at me.
I must say, you do have your father's self-confidence. Would you like to come in and sit down?
No, really, I've got to be going. I was hoping I could talk you into a lasting commitment in a very few minutes.
I'm not that impulsive. But I'll tell you what, I will think about it and get back to you.
All right.
Hi.
Hi. Hey, have there been any calls from Macon?
Oh, not that I know of. This is Kirk.
Cranston.
Cranston, this is my brother Ted.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
Maybe you could ask Gina about the calls.
Yeah, any calls from Macon?
Sorry, Ted, I haven't heard a thing.
Okay, well, excuse me.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hello?
This is my father's third wife, Gina. This is Kirk Cranston.
No, it's a great pleasure.
Thank you.
Can we do something for you, Gina?
Oh, no, I don't want to interrupt. I hope we see a lot more of you around here.
Well, thank you. I hope so, too.
Bye.
Shouldn't be too nice to her. She'll misinterpret it.
I'll remember next time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I'll be taking off. Look, I just want you to think about what I said.
Well, look, you threw me kind of a curveball, but I will think about it.
Okay, so play ball with me. That's all I wanted to hear.
Bye-bye.
Oh, Cruz.
Yeah, Gene.
Were you upstairs with Cece? Is everything all right?
Yes, I was upstairs, and everything's all right as far as I can tell.
Well, I've been avoiding that room. The shades are drawn, all those machines. Oh, are you and Eden having dinner here tonight?
We don't have any definite plans.
Well, of course you could have dinner here. It would be a lot of extra work for Rosa, but I could ask her. But in the future, it would be better if you would give me some notice.
We will not be eating dinner here tonight, Gina.
Oh, all right. Ted, will you have dinner here tonight?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, good. I'll have some company.
Ted, can I, talk to you for a minute, please? In private? I want to talk to you about Daddy's condition.
Could I be included? I'd be honored.
Look, I had a long visit with Daddy, and I talked to the nurse. And I think there's something that you should know about him. A request he made.
Eden, I'm not sure this is the
I think it is the time to discuss it. He wanted it, and he was very determined about it. And I think that we may have a decision on our hands.
Decision about what?
This is It's very hard for me to say.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't say it. I mean, there's enough unpleasantness in this house.
He said that if it got to this point where he was being kept alive by the machines, that he'd be allowed to die. And I wanted to know how you felt about that.
Oh, Lionel, I think I'm the only person out of anyone that doesn't want anything from Brandon. Except that he'd be happy. He's a beautiful child, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
What I really want to do is try to protect him from all the machinations going on around him. He's just a little boy. He can't find out about his birth, his parents, or for that matter, his grandparents for a long, long time.
Well, I think that he's dangerously close to finding that out, despite everybody's best efforts to stop that.
Especially since you're sending him little secret notes like you did today.
Oh, I don't think that's going to do any harm. But something Gina said might.
What?
She seems to think that Augusta has some plan to poison Brandon's mind against Gina. I don't think she's doing it alone, though. I think that probably you all are.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, in a way, I think that you and Santana, you're all doing something to turn Brandon against Gina, either singly or collectively.
Lionel, it's absolutely not true, at least as far as I'm concerned. I, no matter how I feel about Gina personally, believe that Brandon should be with her. After all, she's the only mother he's ever known.
You don't have a very high opinion of her, though, do you?
High opinion of Gina? I certainly don't, but I do think that her only redeeming trait is that she's very devoted to that little boy, and I don't intend to do anything to put a stop to that.
I'm glad you feel that way. I apologize for saying what I just did. I just want to see Brandon from time to time, be his secret grandfather.
Lionel, don't. I really don't think you should do it. I think you should curb it. The only reason that Augusta keeps after Gina and Brandon is because Augusta doesn't want you around Brandon.
I don't think that's the real reason.
All right. I know what you're saying. She's worried about you and about me.
That's right.
Yes, and so here we are once again inviting her wrath. It would be better for everybody if you just stayed away from Brandon and certainly from me.
Oh, Sophia. That'd be a terrible sacrifice for me to have to make. And if the situation were reversed, you wouldn't do it either.
Well, you're probably right. I really love him, and after all, he's the first grandchild I've ever had.
Mine, too. And after all, his father was born of a great deal of love. At least on my part.
Don't say those things.
Why not? True. He probably has at least a little of that love running in his veins.
Hi, Lionel.
Hey, guy. Well, look at
I
him.
looked up that word gazebo.
You did?
Put a picture on and everything.
Well, that's good. Oh, you looked it up in the dictionary? Oh, everybody should carry a dictionary all the time. That's what I always think.
I do. Hey, I thought this car idea worked real good.
You did?
I liked it.
Oh, that's good.
Daddy begged me to let him die in peace and naturally.
That doesn't sound like Dad to me.
Well, it's true. I guess he just didn't want to be a burden on us anymore.
Eden, how can he be a burden on us? I mean, it's not as if we can't afford to have him taken care
I don't
of.
mean financially. I mean an emotional burden.
Why are you telling us this now? I mean, he's been on those machines for quite a while. Why didn't you tell us sooner?
Because I didn't want to face the situation, Gina. Because I didn't want to think that maybe he wouldn't get better. But when I went up and I saw him and I had to look at him, he is being kept alive by machines. Now, as a family, I think we should consider the option of taking him off the machines only because that's what Daddy wanted.
But don't you think Kelly has a right to be involved with this?
Of course Kelly has a right, but she's not here right now. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Well, I think it makes sense. We don't have a right to keep a person alive if they can't be the person they want to be. I mean, Cece would hate to be helpless and have to rely on everybody else. He wasn't that kind of man. No, I think if he could talk, he would beg us to end his suffering. What do you think, Ted?
Are you just saying we should pull the plug and let him die?
No, that's not what I'm saying. Look, you didn't listen to him. He meant it. It was as if it were a final request. Now, I could never do anything like that. I don't feel like I have the right.
But nobody does. I think this whole idea is a terrible one. Don't you think so, Cruz?
I don't feel like discussing it right now, Ted.
Look, I think it's a reality we have to consider. I don't know what the answer is, but I think that we all should be in agreement. I'm scared. I'm real scared, and I don't want him to die. But I think we need to think about what should be done.
Now you keep this, see? And anytime you want to get a message to me, you just stick it on the hood right there and drive it right over to my house. Right? You leave it under the living room window and I'll get it. If you need any help, Sophia will give it to you.
Lionel.
Great, I will.
Will you? Okay.
Okay, back to the house, Lionel. I don't want any arguments from you.
I won't argue. Okay. Thanks, Lionel. I won't forget.
Good boy. And watch that car, okay? Can you get that whole thing?
Okay.
All right. So long.
Bye-bye.
That boy has an adventurous spirit, doesn't he?
He certainly seems to. I hope that's the only characteristic he got from you.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Channing was a beautiful boy, too.
Yeah, he was a beautiful boy with the wrong father. Keep an eye on him, will you? Don't let anyone hurt him.
Of course I will. You know that. I have to go, too.
Yeah.
Lionel and Sophia, not a day goes by without some sort of communication between them.
Augusta, where are you?
Here, what are you yelling about? What is the matter with you?
That's not what is the matter with me. It's what's the matter with you.
Me?
Yeah, that's what I'm yelling about. I want to know what you've been doing to Brandon. Why are you trying to turn Brandon against Gina?
Yes, of course I am. What of it?
What? Well, what could you possibly gain from doing a thing like that?
You mean if I gain something, it's all right? You have a very strange sense of values.
Don't twist my words into something. I want to know why you are even attempting something so underhanded.
I had no choice. You left me no choice. You go chasing after that child after I ask you not to.
In the hospital, I thought we came to the understanding that my love of Brandon has nothing to do with our marriage. There is no threat. There's no reason to do anything to harm this poor little innocent boy.
I'm not going to sacrifice my husband to protect Brandon's innocence. And, I mean, he's going to lose it sooner or later. And if it means saving our marriage, then he's losing it for a good cause.
I have told you my love of my grandchild has nothing to do with our marriage.
Lionel, listen to me. I don't want you and Sophia sharing a grandson, or anything else for that matter.
Well, let me ask you this. What is your ultimate plan in all this?
Control of the universe. I don't know. I don't have an ultimate plan. I just take things as they come.
Oh, yeah? I mean, with Brandon, you see? I mean, the custody of Brandon. Are you planning on wresting control of Brandon and giving it to somebody else?
Custody? What would I do with custody of a child that age?
Maybe give it to Santana. Lock, stock, and teddy bear. I mean, is that some kind of a deal that you made with her?
Don't make deals with domestics.
Oh, well, she hasn't been a servant for some time. But I somehow feel that your snobbery would not get in the way as you're cooking up some kind of a deal with Santana. Is that it?
What would that accomplish? He would still be a thorn in my side, wouldn't he?
Not if you got her to take him away someplace.
You credit me with a lot more ingenuity than I possess, but now that you suggest it, it's not a bad idea.
Augusta, Why can't you just trust me? Just try it.
Oh, you're not just asking for trust, you are asking for carte blanche, a key to the kingdom. I mean, why should you need that? Why can't you just live a life of quiet desperation like other men?
There are many times that I do just that, but let's not change the subject. Let's get back to the matter of trust. We used to have it.
Yes. We also had a Studebaker.
She read it. She just stood there in front of Ted Cruz and me and said we'd all have to decide whether or not Cece should be allowed to die. I couldn't believe it.
I'm surprised you're not the one that requested it.
No, I was even shocked.
Shocked? Isn't that interesting that you can still be shocked after the life you've led?
Oh, Sophia, I'm not going to argue with you. But I can hardly believe that Cece actually said that to Eden. You know, maybe she made the whole thing up because it's what she wants. What do you think?
I think, Gina, if they ever gave a prize for foolishness, you could build your own trophy room. Do you really think that Eden or the rest of the family would allow Cece to die? Now, maybe that's something you would do because that's the kind of person you are. But no one who really loves them, they would never allow that.
I wonder how many of you really love him and how many are pretending to.
I'm sure it's hard for you to tell since the only person you have ever loved is yourself.
That's not true. I love Brandon.
Oh, yes, yes. It's very easy to love small children, little animals. It's safe, it's sanctimonious. But what about loving someone who demands sacrifices from you like a man? Either of your two husbands, any of your lovers?
Sophia, you don't think a child demands sacrifices? Oh, of course, you wouldn't. You certainly have no right to stand here in my house and judge me.
Oh, would you like to go outside? I'll be glad to tell you the truth in any environment you choose.
No, but I think you should go outside. As a matter of fact, I think you should leave this house right now.
It's just my pleasure, Gina. I did not seek this conversation. I don't want to complete it.
I was only trying to tell you something Eden was excluding you from. But it will never happen again. If you want to know what's going on in this house, you'll just have to guess.
You were real quiet at the house tonight. Why?
I just thought it was better at the time if I didn't get involved in it.
But you are going to be involved in it. When we get married, you're going to become a part of my family and a part of all of our problems.
I just didn't want to fight about that particular issue, that's all.
Fight about what? Daddy's condition?
That's right.
What would we fight about?
Eden, I don't believe in euthanasia, mercy killing, call it what you will. I don't think a person has the right to decide whether or not somebody else dies.
Look, I don't want to start a moral argument. This is not something I advocate for people. This is my father.
I know, but it is a moral issue, isn't it? And personalizing it doesn't change that. Now, if a human being has the means to keep another human being alive, he must employ those means. Under any circumstances, life is life, and nobody living is above it.
So what you're saying is you don't think a man has a right to choose his own destiny?
His own destiny, certainly, but not the destiny of somebody else.
But Daddy said that if it got to this point that he wanted to die.
I know he said that, but he was depressed. I mean, don't you wonder if he would still mean that? Maybe he's been hearing all the stuff that's been going down around him. What if now he wants desperately to stay alive, but he can't tell us? I mean, God knows the man has a lot to live for. I mean, he could sweep away so much trouble just by waking up.
I'm so confused.
I know, and I don't think you should be trying to make a decision like this when you are confused. My point is there's no way you can know what's in your father's mind right now. And without knowing, you don't dare take his life in your hands.
I'm so tired.
I know.
All I want to do is what Daddy wanted. It's all I've ever wanted.
I know, baby, I know. I realize how incredibly hard this must be for you. I wish there were some way I could make it easier.